New reports are indicating that Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker is coming back to Star Wars real soon. Let's break it down. What's up, everybody? It's Josh. Welcome back to the channel. Smash that like button and definitely let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. You know, I remember leading up to the Rise of Skywalker, Anakin Skywalker and Hayden Christensen being in that movie was a big thing we talked about on this channel. Many of us, I want to say 90% of us, absolutely desired Anakin to be in that film. It made sense for him to be in that film, and honestly, it was a huge letdown that he wasn't in that movie. This report's coming from LRM.com. It says Hayden Christensen to reprise role as Anakin Skywalker in Kenobi series. I'm going to read right from the article here and then we'll talk about what it means. It looks like Disney or Hayden Christensen are not done with the Skywalker saga after all. With the recent success of the last season of the Clone Wars and the love for the prequels continuing to grow, it seems that Disney wants to capitalize on this wave. Our source shared with me that producers are currently in talks with Hayden Christensen to reprise his role as Anakin Skywalker in the Obi-Wan Kenobi Disney Plus series. How big of a role is still being debated, so let the theories begin. My guess is that we will see Anakin in some sort of dream sequence that Obi-Wan would have. While this may sound crazy, this would not be the first time that Hayden Christensen has returned to this role. Remember, at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, we heard his voice in the Jedi sequence with Rey. Now, they go on to mention in this article this would not be confirmed or denied by Disney. Likely this was to be announced at Star Wars Celebration, along with the live-action Ahsoka Tano with, you know, of course, Rosario Dawson playing that character. Seems legit to me. So now let me talk about a little bit of what I have heard about the Kenobi series, and I'm not saying that this is official stuff. Like, this is stuff I couldn't confirm with other people. I couldn't bounce this off other people, but it is stuff that I've heard. So let's talk about that, and then at the end of the video, we'll get into pure speculation. So here's the deal. This might seem pretty wild to you, but if this is actually happening, this is a move probably at least partially influenced by Kevin Feige. I've told you guys before, but Kevin Feige is already advising Lucasfilm. He's already helped them make some decisions, and I know for sure that some of those decisions were tied to the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, and they were tied to the big delay that's going on with the Obi-Wan Kenobi series currently. Now, there's a lot of stuff there that's conjecture or stuff that I can't necessarily say, but I believe if you look at the patterns out there, it just seems like some of the new decisions that are being made are more in line with fan desires. And if you look at some of the things we've heard about with regards to the Filoni-verse, some of the shows they're developing over on Disney Plus, the potential for Jon Favreau and Kevin Feige to be working some things for the movies, it really does seem like they are focusing on fan favorite characters. If the Boba Fett show is really happening, it's a clear-cut sign that some big super sweaty Star Wars nerds are now in charge of production. Obviously, there should be Boba Fett stuff. No brainer. And the same thing goes for Ahsoka. Like, no brainer. People love Ahsoka. Do Ahsoka in live action. Can't believe it's taken them this long to figure that out. But this does sort of tie into some of the rumors and reports out there that there is sort of a regime shift happening at Lucasfilm. Now, I'm not going to speak like definitively on that, but the sense that I get is yes, Kathy is going to step down in 2021. She's already setting up the people that will take her job, so to speak. I think that Dave's going to really focus on Disney Plus. I think Jon Favreau, with some help from Kevin Feige, will focus heavily on the film stuff. But again, not confirmed, just kind of taking some things I've been hearing, piecing them together, and using some nerd logic. Okay, now, pure speculation, pure fanboy nerding out. Of course I want Hayden Christensen back as Anakin Skywalker. I want flashbacks. I want to see scenes where they're training together. I want to see Ewan McGregor and Anakin fighting it up, man. In fact, I just had a crazy scene pop into my head. What if they're teasing about the high ground in a training mission from back in the day, and Anakin, you know, was like, oh, the high ground's not that big of a deal, and Obi-Wan's like, oh, it totally is. And then like like he wakes up, like Obi-Wan wakes up and he's like, that high ground thing was true. Anakin should have listened to that. But in all seriousness, I think that a flashback sequence or a dream sequence of some sorts is probably the best play. There's a lot of things you can't break there with the canon. I don't think Vader can know that Luke is on Tatooine or that Obi-Wan is on Tatooine, so that's kind of off the table. And I don't know if I want to see Hayden Christensen as Vader, although that could be interesting. I just don't know how it would play in the show itself. But I absolutely would love to see Hayden Christensen back as Obi-Wan. There is also a possibility here that if Hayden is indeed coming back for this role, why couldn't he come back back and play a role in some other thing, mainly The Mandalorian. We haven't heard anything about this, but it was rumored back in the day that Obi-Wan Kenobi, as a younger person, could have cameoed in The Mandalorian with some of the flashback stuff with Din Djarin when he's a foundling and how he gets rescued, or all of the things that he had there. Now, Din Djarin has sort of said, or at least implied, that he's never run into a Jedi before, so maybe we couldn't have Obi-Wan in that scenario, but hey, it's still possible. I want Hayden Christensen back as Anakin, and I'd love to see him not just in the Obi-Wan show, but used and sprinkled throughout in some other stuff. We all love Hayden, man, and the prequel love is real these days, so give us more of that, Disney. So that's kind of my fanboy thoughts. Let us know what you think about this rumor. What do you think about all the crazy stuff going on behind the scenes at Star Wars? Where are you at with all of this? Let me know in the comment section below. And now let's shout out Caesar Ree. Yes, indeed, Ben Affleck dressed up as Superman in the movie Hollywoodland. And now let's ask another nerd card question before we get out of here. I want to know, what is the name of the voice actor that voiced Anakin Skywalker for the Clone Wars? Answer that question in the comment section below. And a reminder to all of you nerd vengers that tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on our live streaming channel, the next episode of the Nerd Card Showdown, our epic trivia show, takes place. It's an elimination round. 2 teams enter, but only one moves on. You better be there. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.